let's try this again. Huzzah and well met to all of my squires and pages. And today, we're going to be working on building ourselves a shulker farm. Because, as you can see behind me, we have a pretty gnarly chest monster going on already. And with having built my new house in an organized manner. So, don't mind the birch trees. We needed them to help build the steep sides of the house. But we've come back here quickly to grab some fence posts because we have a project in the end. And I'm going to grab a few more supplies before we send ourselves to an alternate dimension. Ah, there we are. Whoop. Now, I'm hoping we can get away with not needing a ton of powered rails. Now, I think when I tried to reconnect the stream earlier, and it had completely disconnected, I had one viewer watching, it said. So I'm a viewer now. Let's get ourselves some iron. Well, it's only midday. But being as since Mounts and Mayhem has made desert biomes as dangerous as they could possibly be, I don't like to be out at night on this island anymore. I mean, you wouldn't anyways. Alright. Don't mind the zombies. Those are going to be for a project later. Welcome back, viewer. I hope that you were the one who was watching the stream when it got broken the first time, and you've made it back without too much issue. And hopefully, this isn't being too difficult. I'm trying a slightly different setting, but oh, reconnection successful. So apparently, we're not out of the woods yet. Out of the woodwork. Anyways, this is my house. It's undecorated as of yet, and I have a few things to finish, like some docks and awnings. But sort of fantasy ancient Egypt look. And there is no reason for me to be in here. We need to go to the Nether. Now, in a previous iteration, I will say that I save backup copies of this world, and we go back to a previous state. But anyway, oh, you know what? Just because I have it, we're gonna grab one more shulker box. Can't hurt. A shulker farm that was designed by Blazed MC, and I will link their channel in the description once this thing gets uploaded and such. But that's where you need to know that this came from. Credit where it's due, after all. I am under open sky. Why are we getting cave noises for that? Must be I passed under that same... Well, it's really hardly unknown. I haven't spent tons of time developing this base and area, but we have a safe tunnel, at least for a little ways. The worst. I didn't bring my bow with me. Oh, alright, well, he can't get me, so we're just going to run. I forgot I'm not wearing any gold. You'll see, if you watched my last video, where I fought the Ender Dragon, you might recognize this. We've built ourselves, obviously, a portal highway, and I need to cover over the tunnel in the nether so that we don't even have to deal with piglins and ghasts and skeletons and soul sand valleys. In we go. So ultimately, what I would like is to have a shulker farm, or shulker shell farm. Oh yeah, I've been... Error, YouTube is not re. It just seems easier to do these live streams, and then I get to talk to you guys while we're playing. It's a lot of fun. Let's see. One of these. I think it's that one. Yes. So, as I was saying, ultimately, I want for entirely possible, but a lot of work. And to set that up, we have to take a little precaution here, as I understand it. Overall, we're going to need 4 shulkers for our farm to be complete. So we're going to... On second thought, I don't want to fall in and have to walk all the way back here. So I should be a little more careful of that. I guess we'll just sacrifice some blocks. But I should have thought of that port here, or portal, and warp our way over to an end city. I have a shulker box here full of potions of invisibility. And we're going to invisibly kidnap ourselves some shulkers. I may build a variant on of because I'm running into this issue where I'm unsure how I want to decorate the shulker farm in the overworld. So, bon voyage. And I should scribble these coordinates down on something so that I know which direction to fly. And I do not have a pen handy. So I'll get my handy notes on my phone. Voila. So first things first is let's set ourselves up a little area that we can work from here. I guess this is as good as any. Uh-oh. Did I not bring a workbench? Oh my goodness. I didn't. Well, that's just silly, isn't it? Of all the silly, incompetent things to do here. And let's see, in case we need to build rails, I'm hoping, like I said, to get away with not having to build a bunch of rails. Certainly not powered rails. I was hoping to save all of this gold for villager curing. And now you know what those zombies are for in the iron farm. I'll bring a spear. Raw pork chops. I must have spent more time in the nether than I paid enough attention to. But it'll be okay. Oh, I did have a fence post there. Yeah, we're not going to be able to build any rail. First thing we're going to do is set down a water source. Alright, good deal with that. And I have an extra gas just in case something goes wrong here. Now we'll let that one saturate for now. Shouldn't take too long. You can feed a gas, and I should have grabbed some ladders. So we're going to go quickly do that. There we go. And this is the very best area to get yourself some obsidian, because anytime you spawn the ender dragon, did I just look at that one? Anytime you spawn the ender dragon, these pillars will regenerate. So if you harvest the whole pillar, and I left my axe in the ender chest, so this is going to take a little bit longer than it needed to, but and that should be plenty. Oh, extra. Alright. Yeah, just be to bring lots of extra materials with you into the end in survival mode. And as long as you have a looting sword, you have plenty of Eyes of Ender. They just have to carve them out of the Enderman first. Okay. I don't know if the... Right. So, to show you how we're going to build this thing, you want to start by building 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At least 10 blocks up. Okay, fine. You can't put a ladder on glass, so I guess we'll have to use the end bricks, or end stone bricks. That'll be just fine. But we have to make sure that we cover every side of them with buttons and or ladders. So, I know I brought some buttons. There they are. And this is so our unfriendly shulkers can't teleport to these surfaces. You can look at an Enderman through glass and it doesn't aggravate them. Alright, that should be 10. Thought I saw something down there to the side. Alright. Now, let's don't step off from our pillar first. I prefer glass just because leaves look ridiculous to me in the nether, but to each their own. And you're going to build yourself a bit of a platform here. 3 by 3, And then oh yeah, still kind of a grumpy ghast. That's all right. I would be too if I was all dried out like that. All right. And I didn't grab those out of the box. There we are. All right. Whoop. I guess that's fine. Otherwise, you will be breaking all of your glass that you misplace rather than collecting it. And if you do decide to work with leaves, you'll need to have some shears to recollect them. Otherwise, you're going to be wasting lots and lots and lots of leaves if you misplace those. So, anyways, let's make sure there's that glass we dropped in. I guess that works as a test. It's not a bug, it's a feature. All right, so off from our hoppers here, we're going to go one. And we're going to put a lip around the whole thing here. And then at the back here, one little step. Let's see. Well, looks like progress anyways. But I've never actually rehydrated a gas before, so we'll see how this works out. Some of these, whoop, not those, these. I've made some splash potions because the Shulker, the ghasts, and you will need. It takes 20 minutes, says Old Rusty 8157. How we doing, Old Rusty? Well, hopefully this. I probably should have gotten started sooner, but that's all right. Whoa! Almost looked at Mr. Enderman here. Oh, I didn't know you could hear Enderman tapping along Endstone. Guess I hadn't ever paid that much attention. All right, well, glad to see ya. Oh, now I remember what I'm up to here. We need some water. Well, we don't want to do that quite yet. Otherwise, building into the new thing. Yep, I'm actually going to take a couple of them to the overworld. But as I was saying earlier, I don't know how I want to decorate that, so I didn't want to build it. And then one towards, we'll call this the front of the farm because this is where you're going to stand. But one towards the front, one towards the back. And this shulker farm will be for demonstration purposes. Probably should have loaded that with water. All right, buttons. So we're going to cover all of these sides except the bottom in buttons. And then our shulkers are going to hang Oh, that was a grumpy noise. Oh, I must have looked at that one. I don't. Interrupted. Let's see. Oh, we do want these. The shulkers. Unfortunately, this farm is one that you have to stand here and keep activated or go AFK at. Otherwise, you get nothing. But it's the price we pay. Like I said earlier, that's a really big chest monster we got. I think we're ready to add the water and the armor stands. That's looking slightly happier. And there we have it. The water will push all the dropped shulker shells right down into our hoppers. Shulkers can't sit on glass, so they will only have these two options, or these two options to hang on. And we do want to have all 4 shulkers sitting here. All right. Well, I don't want the gas to get away. Don't want to stand here for the remaining 12 to 15 minutes that's going to take and waste your viewing time. So we're going to build a glass dome. For now. Oop. Ta-da! All right. So the plan is, and bring them along with us to their new occupation. I think I'll keep those handy. And I won't need... We need to capture 4 shulkers. Well, we need 8 shulkers total. We can bring them all here. And alright. You can't wear armor and be invisible. So, before we have a grave accident and lose all of our good stuff, we'll just put it all away. And I'm pretty loath to deal with, and we may need that and some building blocks to get the boats close to the shulkers themselves. So I think we are prepared. Well, let's don't jump up and immediately brain myself on my farm. There it is. Last time I was here, I ran out of torches. I just had to keep my fingers crossed, but we had just enough so that when you get to the end of the line of torches, you can see the end ship floating up there where I got this elytra or elytra. You should probably argue about how to pronounce it in the comments. Controversy drives numbers or something. Don't you use language like that at me, sir. Easy. And while you're invisible, they will not shoot you. Which, in case you weren't aware of what kind of headache that can actually be, maybe... I wonder why that shield is floating there in midair. That's better. There we go. Number 2. You're coming with me, like it or not. Alright. So, when I was here before, to get the point to want to farm, which made that task a lot more difficult. However, now we don't have to struggle to find shulkers for our shulker shell farm. And with the, we have a really easy task ahead of us to just drag these guys in boats back to where we want them. We just have to remember to keep our invisibility up, otherwise we're going to end up in a problem. It's going to be one of those types of evenings. All right. Get a hold of. Bye-bye. Oh, twofer. Excellent. Well, it made my life a lot easier, didn't it? Well, I don't know about that. Let's don't assume that that's easier. Anyways, that's 6 out of 8 that we need now. Let's see if anybody's home over here. This guy will be easier to get to. And if there's one inside on this first floor, we'll have everything we need already. Don't remember if I checked this treasure box or not. Apparently not. Very cool. Free stuff. So, the reason we don't build the farm bigger than even 4 shulkers is if you have 5 shulkers in an area. Well, let me explain the mechanic first. Is that when a shulker is hit by a shulker bullet, they have a chance another shulker. And yes, in a minecart or a boat, they will try to shoot you still, so keep the invisibility on. Well, that was slick. Anyway, so they have a chance to duplicate, but that chance goes down significantly if there's 5 or more shulkers within 17 by 17 by 17 blocks of each other. All right. And uh-oh. Wasn't paying attention, and without wearing any armor, that's devastating. But we can just wait there while they're stuck in the boats, because they can't leave the boats. I guess we can heal while we're invisible. Alright. It's stuck because of that slab, it seems. Perhaps. Come with me. Alright. There we go. That'll work too. Now, they won't take damage because when you're in the boat, you don't take falling damage. So we can just push these guys off the edge too. Time to get pushy. Goodbye. Well, that's even easier to have 2 at a time because tossing them into the portal. Alright, well, worse things have happened before. I forgot I wasn't wearing my elytra. Oh no, I don't have any Eyes of Ender or any Ender Pearls now. Crap. And with no armor, I wasn't wearing my feather falling stuff. Man, that was very, very thoughtless. Alright. Well, it could be worse. Did I leave the carrots in there? No, of course I didn't. Alright. So, minor setback. Good thing this isn't a hardcore world. Okay, check this out. Before I started recording, I tossed a couple of blocks into. Oh, maybe you guys did see that as I was recording, but the blocks fell into the portal. This is world spawn around here, 0, 0. When we send our shulkers through, they're going to fall right down when it comes through. And I'll show you how we do that after we get to that point. Overall, this hasn't been too difficult so far. If I hadn't bailed off to my doom. I maybe should have grabbed one of my backup shields from the iron farm, but I suppose it's going to be alright. It's really hard to fight Enderman with a spear. Or at least I find it very difficult. Yeah, I don't want to play with the big pig. Or that big pig. I wondered where he went. It didn't occur to me that he would have flopped through the portal. Alright. There we go. And I'm only mostly dead, which is partially alive. We'll get back to our food here pretty quick, because we're not far away. But I won't be picking any more fights, that's for sure. And hopefully our stuff doesn't despawn. That would be a serious bummer. Because I don't know where I'd get another elytra. We'd have to just start walking. And at least I wrote down those coordinates. So I know where to get back to. I guess we'll work with what we've got. Seems like we'll make it in time. Excuse me. And as long as we don't aggro any of these Endermen, we'll still be visible for all. Good thing I thought of that ahead of time, so that now I can build up anxiety about how it's going to work instead of having a plan. I should have grabbed the potions from where we came through the portal. I'd be invisible already, but we'll maybe be able to grab one of the potions and drink it before we're in too much trouble. And we're fully armored now, so at least there's that. We shouldn't die instantly. So, it looks like I broke the bridge up there, and they should be sitting on that chorus tree or chorus plant thing right there. Yep, I can see all of my stuff. Don't mind me. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Alright, let's take a moment here. As much as I like the golden carrots as food supply, I gathered up those fish. Figured I might as well eat them. Alright, so that's unfortunately a wasted potion, but that, and we'll be alright, I think. Excuse me. Alrighty. Come on down. How can they... Alright, we'll just take that off to be doubly sure. Oh. I swear I looked at an Enderman, and then I got hit by a Shulker bullet. Whee! Holy crap, that hurt. Oh, because I'm not wearing my boots. I gotta remember that. Those feather falling boots are amazing. So, don't look at them. Look at the Enderman anyways. You two, come with me. Alright. I'm not gonna argue with it. I'm gonna final head count here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 bonus shulkers. Alright. Back. Well, regardless of that, we're going to need more invisibility potions because they're going to run out before we make it there anyway. It would be much more convenient to build a powered rail setup and have it minecart them all the way over here, because I actually spent a week and a half on my Nintendo Switch no longer functional. So the old one on my video, or the old video on my channel, I meant to say, is no longer functional. I'm going to list it as broken, change its title and whatnot so everybody knows, but I will list that one in the description. It's actually a rather proud video of mine because it got over 200 views. So, once again, just a little bit of pride, nostalgia in my channel there for the things that I've done and how far we've come. Now, I have more than 345 subscribers. Isn't that wild? I think back then when I made that one, I had 19 subscribers. So, it's just something to be grateful for. And put a lot of this stuff away just to declutter. Alright. Alrighty, now I'll just bring a bunch of them in case we run into issues. That should be everything I need to hitch up all those boats and drag a bunch of shulkers over here. Is that I am going to build a staircase up here and then break the boats and let them teleport themselves to their hanging spots. So, let's get started. And we'll just have to deal with issues as they come up, I think. Like this break right there. The pile of 9 shulkers. I'm pretty sure no amount of armor is going to help me with that. Right? That is right, Mr. Enderman. I once had a texture pack that made Enderman into Cyclopses, and it was a 150% creepier. I liked it. I think the Enderman should be more alien. Whoop. Taking the world's shortest hang glider. Death leap. We recovered just fine. The boats at once. Oh. Yes, you can bat those with a sword. We got an Enderman coming for a ride now, too. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 boats. I guess I don't care if they want to stack themselves up strangely like that. And we're just going to start walking. Now, when you have to come up, in case you're not familiar with pulling things along in a boat, just get about to the end of the lead or where you're keeping some tension on it and start hopping. And it might take 2 or 3 hops and gently backing up as we go. We got ourselves a convoy. Whoops, whoops, whoops. We're going a little fast. And that. Alright. Maybe the stacking thing was a little more useful than I thought, because now the back boat is having the hardest time keeping up. So that Ender City I have not explored at all. So that'll be something to keep in mind another time. And for some reason, I was explaining the mechanic earlier, where they will duplicate. Now, if we could get the boats all stacked on top of each other, just about like that, just pulling a tower of boats along behind myself. Alright, so generally we want to go this way, and we should find my torches up in that forest somewhere. I do like that they added a snapping sound to losing a lead now. So often you would of my own, or them, I guess. They're pretty gender neutral. Who knows what a villager is? But oh, we've gathered up another Enderman. But anyways, I lost the villager and had no that world sometimes. Calm down. Goodness. This seems like a lot of teleporting for no reason, sir. Much easier than I expected it to. Oh. More Enderman. Of course, I say something like that. That's almost like asking for troubles. I think we still have all of our boats. Slide over this way. Alright. Here, I know how we'll do this. There. Alright, invisibility's holding out. I'm gonna try and be conservative with them because I'd have to go all the way home and brew up more of them. And I'm out of gunpowder to do so for splash ones. Oop. Need a little more. Oh no. See, we knew this was going to be an issue. You can block these with a shield, which reduces the damage, but it doesn't stop the levitation effect. So it's best to punch them or hit them so that they break and they don't. Alright, I think that's everyone. But only one viewer. Oop. Come on up here. There we go. How fortunate we are to have all of this great open space to just drag these boats through. Hopefully our ghast will be reconstituted. If not, we'll wander back across the path and see who we lost. Yeah, a lot of this area didn't even have Chorus Forest. I'm pretty sure that we could develop a tongue twister. And we're almost there with all of the shulkers that we needed in one single trip. That is crazy town. I expected this to be a 2 or 3 trips minimum. Here. Alright, good. There we go. Break all those. And remember, we need to stay invisible this whole time. That's not weird at all, having all of those Endermen staring right at you. Oh, our guest is looking significantly happier. Here, let's get that potion at the ready. Okay, I think I know how I want to do this. The ones that we, well, no, along all the faces, period. So I'm just going to start here. Alright, that should be the last one that we need for now. Assuming we get this to work just right. Dude, what are you gonna... Jeez, how many Endermen did we have in there? Okay, I get it. You're angry. I hit you. You have every right to be angry about that. This is not good. Refreshing. Alrighty. Let's try with just a singular shulker here. I better be careful. I wasn't even paying attention to how... Oh. That was strange. Actually, this is going to work in my favor, because we'll just levitate you up. Except I'm going to die. Nope, we'll fall in the water. Nope, I'll hit the boat and die again. Okay. And I didn't learn my lesson well enough and put some of those ender pearls into but we'll have the spear just in case. Through our little portal because got no access to any ender pearls right now, and the easiest place to get those is going to be in the end. Unless, nope. Well, fingers crossed that we don't have a bunch of hoglins to deal with this time. Trudge through the soul sand. Wonder if you could get... Luckily we have looting on the spear. Oh, come on. Well, that's not good. I don't know how many more of those we can deal with. So backing yourself into a corner with a spear is a terrible idea. It was meant to be. Great job, Mojang. There he is. Come on. I don't have enough health to keep doing this. Oh, crap. Yep. All right. Now I can't move. All right, hold on a second. My WASD is not working. There we go. Alrighty. You know what? I didn't have to have that be so difficult as it was. There we go. Grab some plain old carrots. Pyramid and whatnot. I've got lots to do. Lots and lots and lots to do on this world. Alright. Well, at least getting my first set of goodies back is... Or your dirt, anyways. Trudge, trudge, trudge. Don't like that at all. I should surround that in warped fungus. And then those guys won't bother me at all. Whereabouts I was slain. It is not optimal, but all right, there we go. Now we just finish dealing with this guy. Nice. The trading hall can reimburse all of my lost levels anyways, so I'm not too... So I think we'll actually just hunker down here for a second. Because I'm not invisible. Well, we did drop the one into the farm. And the rest are not immediately right there. So if we could get to our shulker boxes without too much trouble, this shouldn't be too difficult. Pardon me. Oh, yeah, I was worried for nothing. I didn't think about that very well. Oh, our happy gas is right there. And now we gotta wait for it to grow up. Oop, 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 oop. Alright, if we just stay under this, we'll be alright. Oh, that's the kitty dreams. Alrighty. Alright. Now, back to what we were up to. Is replaceable, but not all of it. Okay. Okay, all kinds of goodies fell into the box, so that's a good thing. Lesson learned. Put some ender pearls there. Reorganize my things. Oh my goodness. They make some cute noises, don't they? One lead out of the 32 that I had when I started here. We pearl. More pearls. That's going to make this much more irritating. Well, that's frustrating. But we could just go home and get more, I suppose, if we must. Unfortunately, I am not seeing them anywhere. Well, that is no bueno. I was sure I didn't box them up somewhere. Well, harumph. But we'll go try this, and then I guess we'll have to go home and grab more leads. Because I don't see where they might be. Nope. Let's not hold on to those, so I'm wasting my flight rockets. No, we don't want to be in the boat with the Shulker. We want to break the boat. Fingers crossed that he goes to one of those. Oh. Design, he had the water set over top of the hoppers, but this will be just fine. So, we know that that works. And until I'm no longer invisible, it's not going to shoot at me, but when I am visible, that stinks though that we lost all of our leads. Even though I have another stack and a half at the house. Just an extra trip I was hoping not to have to make, but that's... I guess that's the way it goes. Alright, so I guess that's what we're up to then, is running back to the house to grab more leads. Because I do want to let the gas out of the dome, now that it... And then we'll tie that to a post. And then what we're going to do is fly a few of those shulkers via the ghast across the void and into the portal back to the house and back to world spawn. I am taking no chances even though I'm invisible. Leads. I think they're in one of these barrels. There they are. Alright, let's don't lose another half a stack. But it'll be worth it once we have shulker boxes. An infinite supply of shulker boxes. And I must say that this farm is so much easier to set up than the one I was setting up with snow golems, and I was going to use 20 different shulkers. Important right now, but something's able to spawn around there. And we are not invisible. Well, do we want to be invisible or do we want the golden hat? Good question. It really has not been an issue. So I guess we'll stick with the golden hat. Oh, good. I think they must be afraid of the portals because there's no warped fungus here. I was about to be very upset with myself for not having any ender pearl. Well, that was silly. I meant to drink a potion and throw a pearl through the portal, and I just about tried to drink a pearl and throw the potion through the portal. We will boats of duets aside. And those will be the ones that we fly across the void. All right, up you go. Whoop. Yeah, rats. All right. Okay, we just drank that potion, so we're not quite yet, or being spotted, I should say, not falling into the void. We're always in danger of falling into the void. I want to do this. Nope, 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 don't push too much. All right. We've almost got a system going on here. Maybe we'll try not to pull them into the water for these ones. That's not right either. Interesting. All right. Boy, they're much easier to deal with when they're stuck in a boat. Oh, it would probably help if I took... There we go. So this is the exact same setup that we're going to build in the overworld. Magical ancient Egypt city that I'm building on the island. The iron farm will eventually be a pyramid, and I have plans for another pyramid that will be a vegetable farm along with pumpkins and melons. So we're going to wait here for the invisibility to wear off. It shouldn't take long now. And I'm going to take this. But if the invisibility wears off, you can watch these guys start to fire at me, and they will hit our armor stands, and we will take no damage and suffer no harm. And even if we did levitate, we're only going up to the block. We'll drop their shells into the water. For some reason, them hanging allows them to duplicate more regularly. So even if these ones die, they just immediately duplicate. I don't know why it's different if they're sitting quote unquote right side up, but I had many of them die in testing that. See, the water will just push their drops right down to our hoppers and eventually down to the chest. So I will be right back with you, and it looks like invisibility is wearing now. Alright, and I have returned. It's kind of difficult to tell, but even though I've... And immediately all of that noise stops, but you can see all of our shulkers are fine. Let's go check on what we've gleaned already. 12, which is significant. One come from. I think that one must be another duplicate, which is kind of interesting. Well, just because. Up you go. Jump there. That a little too far. I beg your pardon. That will be just absolutely enough out of you, sir. Alright. Ta-da! Well, that was cool. This is not going to be so cool. Okay. You come here. Oh, crap. Ah! Alright. That's frustrating. Well, with no current viewers, I suppose I'm not going to do... Oh, we do have a viewer. Must have just been a glitch. Anyways, now we got to make our way back again. But and my golden hat is not there. All right. Oh well. We'll make do. So they're generally meant to stay floating, I think, within 32 blocks of where they become reconstituted again. So we will see. Hopefully that's the case, and it doesn't abandon the project. Oh crap. Double crap. Yeah, don't want to play that game. Oh. Also not good. I think sometime. But as we know, discretion is the better part of valor. And that means you don't fight if you don't have to. You run away. Alright, not too bad. And the leads didn't ninja out of existence. So that's cool. Gassed, come here. Ah, there we go. Oop. Almost looked at an Enderman again. Alright. You just stay nearby. Okay. I guess I needed to get my steps in today or something. Let's do this again. Alright, once I fly a couple of those shulkers to the portal and get them back to the overworld, this video is going to be over. Because this is getting frustrating. And it's already been almost 2 hours of recording. I know a lot of streamers do a lot more than that, but I have many other things to do. And I wanted to get a video on overflow, my health and lifting, and it has taken up it's taken up a lot of my time to be dedicated to. Oh boy, when it said it blew the doors off, it meant it. I have dedicated myself to getting in shape, getting healthier for the sake of my blood pressure and whatnot, and my continued health. And so I've had to prioritize, and it has taken a great deal of my time away from gaming, but I feel better than ever. Oh, I guess we can find out if Piglin went through the portal. Well, fingers crossed. Alright, well, if Piglin did, they're not there. Anyways, so yeah, I'm actually rather enjoying it. The health benefits are fantastic, and I've been able to stay fairly consistent with it for going on 5 weeks now. Like daily lifting, the same routine every day. Why I keep aggravating these Endermen, but it needs to stop. Because I'm going to lose my goodies. And I don't want to lose my goodies. Crap. And we're going to die again. Unless I can fall in the water and not get killed by the shulkers. That was vain hope. At least it looks like a lot of the stuff's going to fall in. This is... Okay. I suppose if we're not going to be able to get to being invisible, we might as well be armored. But yeah, so after this video, I have a great deal of meal prep to get to because I've decided that I'm going to take this very seriously and stop eating a lot of real and whole foods now. Avocados, eggs, you know, good stuff for you. And venison. Lots and lots of venison. We're just running for it because... No, I don't want to play with you, Ghast. No! Stop it. Ha! He went through the portal. Great. Alright. Well, at least we know that. Alright. Becoming increasingly frustrated with all this. I feel like I have a sneeze coming on. I'll try and warn you if I'm about to destroy the speakers. Alright. Run, 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 run. Oh, come on. These things cannot last this long. Right. Perhaps we can break this silly cycle this time. Okay. I have to admit, I don't actually know how this is going to work. Careful not to lose anything. Yeah, I think that's as good as we're gonna get it. Where did I put those leads? And we want those. And then a harness. Whoop. Okay. Probably should have figured out how to fly a ghast first before deciding I was going to do it across the void. Okay. We want the boat. Nope. Okay. Nope, we gotta go this way. We want... I think at the rate we're going, I'm gonna need more potions. Ghast, you're not descending. Hold on. Let me look up how that works. Like I said, I probably should have figured this. Okay. That... This doesn't seem right. And I think I'm going to have to do this while looking sideways because I'm holding on to the leads that have... And we'll just have to keep our fingers crossed that the shulkers don't... that we don't go visible too early. But I did the potion on the gas. Assume that if I don't let mine lapse, the gas will be okay if I just do the second potion, or the splash potion on the gas as we go here. Just do drink mine and then throw one on the gas immediately after that. And we're making good time. We have 8 minutes per potion, and we have less than 150 blocks to go one direction and just under 800 to go the other direction. Or, I'm sorry, 600, not 800. Stop for a second. But yeah, it looks like we're traveling sideways. We need to go over there, Gast. That's not right. We'll just trust the coordinates. And don't accidentally push shift. Okay. That was scary. Okay, we're getting there. We have at least... it looks like we have all 3 boats still, so... The issue is that we for us, so I'm going to have to drop... that looks like we're getting farther away somehow. This is frustrating. We're not hardly moving at all. Now we're getting a little somewhere. We're slowly ascending as well, and I don't like that very much. Interesting. Gast, come here. All right. Well, you see what I was up to. I am incredibly frustrated with it at this point. I'm going to deal with that another time. So, yeah, it would be another 20 minutes of waiting for another Gast, and then we would have to fly them across the void again. And I'm just not willing to put up with that again tonight. So I appreciate you stopping by and viewing. I hope you're blessed on your next quest, and I am off to my next adventure.